गुड मर्निङ सालबारी बुकान्ट। आज अपराह्न एउटा पुस्तक विमोचन भयो जसको नाम छ फिका चिया। यसका पब्लिसर बुकान्ट अनि कवि हुनुहुन्छ सृजना सुब्बा। त यो रोचक कार्यक्रमको केही झलकहरू हजुरहरू समक्ष जस्ताको तस्तै राखिदिएको छु। तपाईहरुले बुझ्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यो कार्यक्रम कस्तो भयो अनि यो कार्यक्रमको गरिमा कस्तो थियो भनेर। र सृजना सुब्बा अनि बुकान्टलाई धेरै धेरै बधाई छ र ल सुन्नुहोस्।
Of Himali. Let's just put it that way in short. But he's also, what we don't know, he's also a poet, an elocutionist, and there is an anthology of poems that's going to be released very soon, which Sir has written. And in school, we especially we have the honor of putting him as a chairperson here because he's studied poetry, he teaches poetry, he writes poetry, and who else but Sir to be the chairperson today?
Known for 3 T's, sometimes 4 T's, sometimes 5 T's. Amongst all those T's, mostly pronounced and mostly used to letter word is T, T-E-A-T. I don't know whether T was there in Darjeeling Hills since the inception of this earth. We even don't know exactly whether the Campbell was the first guy to bring tea from China to Darjeeling. That is only the recorded.
Sakal Ulysses Dewan. His middle name Ulysses. I mean, some of us who are familiar with Afro-tension, he is inspired by the poet, and he uses it as his middle name. So, Sakal Ulysses Dewan is going to recite some lines from his collection of poetry today. So, sir, can you please
poem and quite frozen Tista. The title of my anthology itself was and quite frozen Tista. So it goes like this: and quite frozen Tista. Born in the lap of majestic Himalayas, begins the odyssey of the mystic Tista. Nurtured by mother lake Cholamu, quietly flows down the Tista, rumbling down the ravines and gorges, sweeping all that come in her way. With thunder, kinship she forges, in monsoon she loves to play. Slowly, as symbols of human greed, dams across her work painfully built. Her life was robbed at its prime. How cruel has come the time. Now she can't contest with her lover Rangit at Holy Triveni, where they had promised to meet. Even the fiery Rangit is furious no more, for he too has been tamed to outpour. Mutely watches the mighty Kanchenjunga from above, at times shedding tears in sadness, for her children can no longer play their game of love, as selfless mortals continue to indulge in madness. No more golden masses play under the glistening sunbeam, nor the lusty trout does stray, homeless as they all have been. But must she continue her journey as promised with her lover till eternity. Their legend shall endure the time, leaving legacy of true love sublime. And on the sleepy banks, paddy fields beside their woes, a few weary souls revel in their siesta, bringing soothing breeze that from mountainward flows, and then quite flows the Tista, and then quite flows the
profession and a writer by passion, Ma'am Srijana Subba is one of a few authors whose all works has been published in English language, hence contributing significantly to the English literature of Darjeeling. She is the author of 10 books, 3 books of poetry, and now 4 books of poetry, 2 translations, 1 travelogue, and 1 historical account. And that one historical account is the forgotten hero INA, Captain Dal Bahadur Thapa, which is probably her masterpiece, at least from my side. Srijana Supa's dedication to promoting and preaching the Indian Nepali literature, culture and language on a national level is evident in her participation in numerous seminars like in Mizoram, Assam and Myanmar, and was also felicitated for so. So let us look something about her early life. Born in the year 1986 to Mr. P.R. Supa and to late Santosh Mali Supa in the enchanting tea garden of Nagari Farm, Darjeeling, Ma'am Srijana grew up in a family that prioritized education as both her parents were teachers. Her concern for imparting education to the younger generations inspired her to be an English and a science teacher at Pokribong High School. Despite being a science teacher, she chose literature as means to express herself.
साहित्य आकाशको कुरा गर्छु म अथवा साहित्यकारहरूको कुरा गर्छु अथवा हाम्रो साहित्य भन्ने एउटा दृढ संकल्प लिएर आज तपाईहरुले जुन प्रकारको उपस्थिति दिनुभएको छ त्यसलाई हेर्नु हो भने खुसी लाग्दो कुरा चाहिँ के लागेको छ भने वयोवृद्ध साहित्यकारहरू पनि यहाँनिर उपस्थित हुनुहुन्छ अनि यङ जेनेरेसन जसले पछि गएर नेपाली साहित्यलाई आकाशभन्दा पनि माथि पुर्याउँछ भन्ने एउटा विश्वास ती अनुहारहरूलाई देख्दा एउटा विश्वास जागेर आउँदो रहेछ। त्यसैले गर्दा आज म खुसी चाहिँ के छु भन्दाखेरि वृद्ध साहित्यकारदेखि लिएर बीचको मध्यम वर्गीयदेखि लिएर एकदमै भर्खरको उमेर युवा साहित्यकारहरूको यो जमघट भन्नु चाहिँ मलाई अत्यन्त गर्व।
कविताको शीर्षक छ आमाको बर्को। हिउँदो बर्खा बर्को बोक्छिन आमा, हिउँदो बर्खा बर्को बोक्छिन आमा, मेलो गन्ती तौलाई हर बखत 12 मास। हिउँदो बर्खा बर्को बोक्छिन आमा, मेलो गन्ती तौलाई हर बखत 12 मास। तर अरूले जस्तै शरीर ढाक्दिनन् उनी, तर अरूले जस्तै शरीर ढाक्दिनन् उनी, टाउको ढाक्छिन्। यसैले होइन कि बगानमा अक्कल झुकुल जेठाजुहरू भेटिन्छन्। प्रिय श्रोतावृन्द, थाप्लोमा समयले गडेको गहिरो छाप छ, थाप्लोमा समयले गडेको गहिरो छाप छ। आमाले बर्कोले टाउको ढाक्छिन्, शरीर ढाक्दिनन् उनी। धन्यवाद।
Srijana Supa of Nagari, Darjeeling, India, has artfully crafted and written Fikachya, an English poetry anthology bearing ISBN number 9788196010553, published by Book Ant in November 2023. In the enchanted realm, where words metamorphose into symphonies, the brilliance of our beloved author's pen orchestrates a masterpiece in her debut poetry anthology. This certificate radiates as an emblem that proudly announces our author's proud accomplishment within the realm of virtuosity in sculpting words and an everlasting tribute to their indelible contribution to the wonderful example of literary creation in the field of English literature of Darjeeling Himalayan region. Wishing you a creative life ahead.
Fikachya is not only about literature. Let me remind you, Fikachya चाहिँ खाली साहित्यकारहरूको लागि मात्रै, साहित्य बुझ्नेहरूको लागि मात्र छैन। यो चाहिँ विशेष गरेर दार्जिलिङ टी पनि भन्नु मिल्दैन, सबै टी लभर्सहरूको लागि हो। र दार्जिलिङ टी चाहिँ किन एम्फासिस गर्दैछु भन्दाखेरि कमनमै जन्मे, कमनमै हुर्के, कमनमै छु। कमनमा हिउँदोमा कस्तो सुक्खा देखिन्छ त्यो कलम काटेको गाछहरूदेखि लिएर फर्स्ट फ्लस जो चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले मजाले पिउनुहुन्छ त्यसको लागि त्यो द गोल्डन रेन कसरी पर्खिन्छन् र जब त्यो पहिला पत्ती आउँछ त्यो बन्जार देखिएको हिल्सहरू हाउ दे बिकम ग्रीन इट्स लाइक ड्रिम हुने त्यस्तो खालके सुन्दरता मात्रै नभएर कमनभित्र चाहिँ कस्तो चाहिँ छ अत्याचार मात्र पनि भन्दिनँ म शोषण पनि भन्दिनँ त्यो पनि भन्दिनँ लाइक बट यु नो वी हेभ वाट वी हेभ इन अस भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जेसुकै होस् वी आर ह्याप्पी गो लकी पिपल हामीले दुःखै देखाउन सक्दैन हाम्रो जातिको
स्टुडेन्ट because of that the opium war took place. Because the opium war took place, the British Navy needed a place to supply their goods, to store their goods. So they took over Hong Kong. So the city of Hong Kong came up because of tea. The opium war came out because of tea. We talk about democracy, I am just talking in terms of democracy. The American independence movement was largely inspired by tea.
Ms. Srijana Subba has published 3 books of poems earlier. The first one is called Fragments, the second one is called Fossils, the third one is called Fuchsia Dreams, and this we have Pikachu. So I guess like you found one common element in all these titles, and that is the letter F. Each of our poetry collection, the title of each of our poetry collection begins with the letter F. So that is something that I would like to know. Is it something to do with superstition, astrology, or it's a deliberate act of keeping a title?
Well, thank you for the question, and many asked me about this. मलाई प्रायःले सोध्नुहुन्छ किन एफ बचाइमै भनेर आई डोन्ट नो तर इट ह्यापन्स समहाउ इट ह्यापन्स कसरी एफबाट निक्लिन्छ टाइटल चाहिँ लास्टमा पोइट्री कलेक्सनको चाहिँ अन्त एकजनाले चाहिँ भन्यो एफबाट नै लेख्नु अब चाहिँ जति किताब आउँछ एफबाट नै लेख्नु पछि तपाईँ माथि रिसर्चहरू हुँदाखेरि सजिलो पर्छ अरे बाबा हु केयर्स as long as it comes मलाई सबै कुरा नेचुरलै मनपर्छ सो टाइटल पनि हामी पुरा डिस्कस गर्दै थियो के राख्नु कसो राख्नु भन्दै थियो मलाई कुनै किन चिया खाँदै गर्दा याद आयो फिका चिया ठिकै छ भने फिका चिया भयो फुसिया इज माई फेभरेट कलर फुसिया इज डिप मिनिङ्स त्यसले गर्दामा भयो फसिल्स त सबैलाई नै मन परेको शब्द हो फ्रेगमेन्ट्स बिकज दोज डेज अब यङ क्वाइट यङ है अलिकति हार्ट ब्रेक्स लभ सबै fragmented pieces so fragments came out like that so it's just happening superstition pani haina ke pani haina it's like a natural process होला मेरो poetry writing ma
okay that's interesting to know like the natural word the F word second thing I would like to know like is there any kind of particular pattern or a method that you follow while writing your poetry there are many things regarding poetry. Each and every poets have mentioned different definitions about the methodology of writing poetry. For example, like Wordsworth, poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Also, feelings important. No, poetry has nothing to do with feeling. It's an escape from emotion, escape from feeling. It's an escape from personality. So for you, like. What is this entire act of writing poetry? Poetry what are the kind of inputs or what are the kind of mechanism that is going into your this creative sphere?
As I said you earlier, I love everything natural, so poetry it's interesting incident. Everyone has gone through the adolescence days and the journal. I used to keep journal, so mom was pretty strict, so आमालाई अहिले छकाउनुको लागि चाहिँ आई स्टार्टेड राइटिङ इन भर्सेस अबाउट माई फिलिङ्स एन्ड अल अनि कहिले पोइट भए थाहै भएन त्यो चाहिँ तर कुनै प्याटर्न चाहिँ आई डोन्ट थिङ्क आई फलो एनी प्याटर्न किन टु मी आई फिल द्याट अ पोइट कवि राइटर वाट एभर क्रिएटिभ फिल्डको आर्टिस्टहरू भनौँ जो पनि हामी क्रिएटिभ फिल्डमा छौँ उनीहरूलाई आई डोन्ट थिङ्क वी सुड बी कन्फाइन्ड इन वाल्स अर इन थ्योरिज अर वाट एभर किनभने वी आर द भोइस अफ द भोइसलेस एक त अर्को चाहिँ वी आर इन्टु अ क्रिएटिभ फिल्ड नि त हामीले बाटो आफ्नो आफै बनाउनुपर्छ नि त इफ यु आर कम्फर्टेबल विथ सम राइटिङ सनेट्स एन्ड ओके फाइन राइट इट म पनि लेख्छु तर जब तपाईँको फिलिङ्स आउँदैछ र यो मलाई चाहिँ यस्तो लाग्छ कि म चाहिँ अब एकदम राइमिङमा लेख्छु सनेट्स लेख्छु भने चाहिँ त्यो प्रेसर चाहिँ टिङ टिङ बजिरहेको हुन्छ क्या टाउकोमा त्यो प्रेसरसँग चाहिँ अन्त आई डोन्ट थिङ्क ब्युटिफुल थिङ्स वेन वी क्रिएट इट अन्डर प्रेसर वान्स तपाईँको माइन्डले चाहिँ सम वान्स थ्योरीहरू अप्नाइरहेको त्यो चाहिँ आई डोन्ट मेरो चाहिँ त्यो फिलोसफी चाहिँ छैन.
So that's like free flow of thoughts, right? Which comes naturally, instinctively. Another thing that I have analyzed and observed about your poetry is like I have read all of your anthologies. The first one, that is Fragments, it was more, as you mentioned, it was more about this personal yearning, personal longing, feeling, the personal aspects basically. Fragments ma kata chhodiyeko cha kya, like you are being inclined into something else kya त्यो phase ma आउँदाखेरि त्यो Fuchsia Dreams ma आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ you've been addressing some other issues of the society. मैले त्यहाँनिर poem पढ्दाखेरि you have written poem about tea garden poetry cancer. You have been writing about women and all those things, many aspects of the society as well. How do you look into this, like the way you have been evolving in your this creative process or in this poetic in this poetic act?
Well, के भन्नु भन्छु भन्दाखेरि सानोमा हामी पनि केयरफ्री हुन्छ नि त हैन. Every children is so carefree because there is someone to look after your needs and everything. अनि के हुँदो रहेछ भन्दाखेरि ठुलो हुँदै गएपछि along with your freedom comes the responsibility. त्यसरी नै मेरो freedom त पाएँ मैले as a writer, as a poet, तर that comes along with the responsibility towards the society, towards the world, I must say. त्यही कारण मेरो पोएट्रीमा पनि मैले आफ्नो इस्युजहरू मात्र होइन मलाई लागेको इस्युजहरू मेरो वरिपरि के हुँदैछ इभन इन्भाइरोमेन्टदेखि क्राइसिसदेखि लिएर एभ्रिथिङ झल्किन थाल्यो होला. Perhaps म ज्यादै सेन्सिटिभ हुन थालेँ कि एज अ पोएट. That must be the reason.
And another important thing is like you mentioned about like we are the voice of the voiceless. And as I was reading this Fikachia, I found that Fikachia is an anthology of poetry which tries to grasp the voices of the pluralistic society. It's a voice about the heterogeneous societies. So that's Fikachia is itself, the tea itself, I'd like to call it the tea itself, is being used in a beautiful, multi-metaphorical way in this particular anthology. It tries to depict, the tea tries to depict various range of emotions, right? Various range of classes, various range of sections of the society. And this is something that is going recently in the world literature as well, where we have lots of micro-narratives coming up. Micro-narratives meaning like the narration which was never been described or narrated before. So it can be about a small section or a marginalized section or a section that is underprivileged or which was never been into focus. So like how do you see the rise of micro-narratives that is coming in world literature today, and like, is this the thing that you are trying to do here as well? Because like, there are certain people, certain sections of the society that you have tried to address here, like characters like Manya in the poetry, or a very, distressed woman who is being let's say, some sahibs tries to molest her. So like, these are the kind of characters like you are trying to portray here. So what is your take on this? Like, how do you take this micro narratives that is coming up in literature today?
Well, micro narratives, for them, for the rest of the world, it might be a micro narrative, but this is the major issues in our tea gardens. So here I have tried to raise up the issues, and literature is always, evolving. It's always evolving. This thing, that thing, and there are many names given to certain theories and all. You are a professor of English literature. You are very aware of these things and technicalities, but I give a damn to the technicalities. I write what I feel. I write what I feel from inside, and I write because I have to write for my people out there who don't have their own voice. I have to write for them. That is what I think. So I don't know much about the micro narratives and all, and I don't think if I am going in that direction while writing this, if the world thinks that I am going in that direction, okay, let them. But as I said earlier, this is the major issue here, and I have to address it anyhow.
And also regarding, I found lots of colloquial words, colloquial terms which were being used here. Like for example, you have used lots of words that is used in everyday life of the tea garden workers, like melo, harcha, nanlo. So like, this is very, very interesting. And what was your initial thought to approach or to use these words in English poetry?
Well, before I'm a writer, I'm a reader and an observer. So, मैले जब बाहिरको साहित्यहरू पढ्छु, I'm a voracious reader, पढ्छु. त्यति बेला एउटा word हुन्छ है. As for example, when I was in my younger days, sophomore भन्दाखेरि अब है एउटा नोबलमा एउटा word आयो, sophomore. के हो यो sophomore? Then I had to go through the dictionary and all, Google it or whatever. So, sophomore को मैले meaning पाएँ. Now it's high time let our lives merge into the mainstream. We only talk about, we are having crisis here, there, kata, ke, I don't want to be politicized, I was afraid to be in the mainstream. When I am writing in English, why should I write a particular name like Henry Esto, westernized culture? I thought that way. So my grocery no let them know not only my writing, let them know my culture, my society, my world. Let them do the homework. Just because I feel better, like I started writing like that.
Okay, so that's interesting thing. The also interesting कुरा चाहिँ लागेको चाहिँ like there are certain sections here, certain poems here, which is a kind of externalization of the writer's internal conflicts. जस्तो लाग्छ क्या. मलाई एउटा particular poem एकदम मन पर्यो क्या यहाँनिर, because it says so much things about a particular individual. So that line goes something like this: a woman is no less than a tea bag. a woman is no less than a tea bag. Her prowess is displayed when put inside a boiling water. So like it says so many things, like how a woman is being projected or is metaphorical to a tea bag, and when she's put into a certain situation like a boiling water, like she shows her real essence. So is this poem about hardship or overcoming the hardship and dispersing one's own essence like a tea?
It's a beautiful question. Thank you for the question, first of all. You are a feminist, but I think I am a humanist, right? First of all. So, yeah, I have written poems, so, like my poetry. So, I have, metamorphically, it's a metaphor, metaphor, as disbursting of emotions, in hard situations, woman like every person displays his or her power, acid test hardship life struggles. Boiling water ma certain things, tea bag everyone knows. So I have tried to in my own words. It might be for you also.
So I won't take it on that gender way. So that is what I was asking. I will try to sum up now. So this would be sort of the last or second last question. Like there has been lots of young emerging poets in English recently. So we have Mr. Shakal Rai here, and a few months back, Bukant also published Yumita Rai's And the Hills Chose to Speak, which was again an anthology of poetry in English. So how do you see English writing in Darjeeling, particularly in future? Does it have a future?
I don't believe in the future anymore. I live in the present moment because I have been writing since decades. 2011 देखिको first मेरो published work हो. एकला चलोरे भन्ने गीत बेला बेलामा म गाउने गर्छु. जदि कोही डाक सुनेन आए तबे एकला चलोरे. That is the thing that keeps me moving र consistency अहिलेसम्म दिन सक्नुपर्छ. र दार्जिलिङको English literature, when we talk about the future of English literature in Darjeeling, consistency is very much important. I was pretty disheartened this morning when I was overwhelmed with yesterday's homework and I was rushing to this venue this morning and we had this tire problem on the way and Pawan and one was fixing those things and I was thinking, Pogli Sala, Pago. I was like, cursing myself. Pogli Sala. गरिदिँदै थियो त छापिदिँदै थियो त ढुक्कैले जान्थिस् त विमोचन अहिले किन यो पालि टाउको दुखाइस् पहिले भने क्या बुकाङ्कमा छपाएर है सुरज भाइ एनिवेज सो बट दिस वाज के भन्दाखेरि यो चाहिँ मैले यहाँ छाप्नु चाहिँ जरुरी थियो है लेख्नु किन भन्दा दिस इज यो सानै भए पनि यो मेरो मनबाट निक्लेको किताब हो सो यसलाई चाहिँ मैले नै स्याहार्नु चाहन्थेँ एक एकवटा पन्ना निक्लेको हेर्नु चाहन्थेँ सुरज भाइले यसमा धेरै काम गरिदिनु भएको छ त्यसरी नै हरिश दाजुले यति साह्रो हरिश दाजुलाई मैले अन्त लाग्यो यो किताब निक्लिहाल्छ दाजु कभरलाई बनाइदिनुहोस् हरिश दाजुसँग भेट चाहिँ आज मात्र भएको फेरि मेरो होइन सो दार्जिलिङको भविष्य यत्रो 10वटा किताब लेखिसक्ने मान्छे बिहान यस्तो उदास थियो भनेपछि भविष्य त जटिलै होला नि भाइ होइन तर वाट वी हेभ टु डु इज कन्सिस्टेन्सी इज इम्पोर्टेन्ट र एउटा साङ्गोको काम चाहिँ गर्नुपर्छ हामी तपाईँ जस्तो चाहिँ नेपाली साहित्य भिन्दै इङ्ग्लिस साहित्य भिन्दै हामी चाहिँ इङ्ग्लिस राइटर्स हो तपाईँहरू नेपाली राइटर्स नो आज मैले महेन्द्र साङ्गो जोजोलाई आउनै पर्छ भनेको कारण पनि त्यही हो इङ्ग्लिसमै लेखे पनि यहाँ हामीले हाम्रै कथा लेखेको हुन्छौँ इङ्ग्लिस राइटर्सले, जस्तै साकाल भाइले टिस्टाको बारेमा लेख्नु भएको थियो, उहाँ त भविष्यवाणी नै गरिदिनु भएको छ नि त्यसमा त। सो द्याट इज क्वाइट इन्ट्रेस्टिङ अल्सो। सो के भन्नु भाइ, आई हेभ नो त्यो म कन्क्रिट चाहिँ भन्न सक्दिनँ बिकज द्याट इज नट इन माई ह्यान्ड्स। म कोसिस गर्छु चाहिँ भन्न सक्छु इन्डिभिजुअली, तर त्यो सबैजनाको भविष्य चाहिँ सायद म सक्दिनँ, त्यो स्थितिमा म छुइनँ पनि, त्यो पोस्टमा म छुइनँ पनि हो। त्यो चाहिँ अन्जु दाजुहरूलाई सोद्धा आउँछ होला।
उहाँले भन्नुभएको चाहिँ बुझ्यो है। वी हेभ टु कन्टिन्युसली स्ट्रगल होइन फर द इनरिचमेन्ट अफ दिस इङ्ग्लिस राइटिङ इन इङ्ग्लिस, राइटिङ इन इङ्ग्लिस फ्रम दार्जिलिङ एज वेल भनेर। सो बुखानबाट निक्लेको छ उहाँको यो 4th एन्थोलोजी अफ पोएट्री। मजाले छाप्नु भएको छ क्या उहाँले, पेपरहरू मजाले थम्सन प्रेसबाट गरेको छु सर।
I have not been able to do justice to the book and read through it carefully as poetry should be read. But Ms. Subha herself said, and that is one of the poet laureate Billy Collins 2003-2004, I think, of the United States of America, said that poetry is like a diary. Poetry itself is a secretive, personal entity that you lock up in a diary. But for a poet, it is a diary without a lock. It is a diary that can be opened and read. And we want, as a poet, a fellow poet, if I can qualify as one, I have three things familiar with Srijana. I'll call you by your first name because you are much younger than me. And that is our custom, as we are going to follow tradition.